Hi guys. We're gonna go through my opening turns as MA Asphodel. I'm playing in a supposedly what is a tournament game. We'll go over the rules of that later if it becomes relevant. As in if I manage to stay relevant in the game. It's not just a straight win. It's going to be top three nations are considered winning this round. Um, and they'll go on to the next round. And it's a weird combination of like thrones and people's caps. I don't think it matters yet. I can think about winning later if we actually get closer to that. Um, so this is turn one of MA Asphodel. If you watched my pretender creation video, you'll know that I considered this rush to alteration 5 to hit Mother Oak as a potential strategy for how to play this nation. Um, as opposed to a Wake Expander or a Imprisoned Bless. I'm hoping that this approach to the game with rushing Mother Oak will give me a more smooth trajectory from the early to mid game to be able to get through this game without having a target on my back. If I take in a Wake Expander or Imprisoned Hellbless, the challenge with that is I'll be expanding so quickly, I'll be going to an early war, and people will be like, hey, what's this player doing? Like, why is he's got so much land? Maybe we should gang up on him. Let's put him down. And I'm hoping that by taking a more passive approach to the game, I'll still be able to do the things that I need to do as Asphodel, but end up in a slightly better situation diplomatically. Um, so again, we went over our pretender before. The key thing here with the Awake Researcher is turn one, I'm getting 86 research per month. Now another game I'm in, I subbed for another player, took over their Yomi at turn 36 and, sorry, 33, and at turn 33 they were getting 86 research per month, and I'm starting the game at 86 research per month. If I'm rushing Alteration 5, I need 1,440 research points to reach that objective. I need to be recruiting researchers just about every turn. Um, the Centaur Hierophant is going to have one path typically. I would get the Hierophantide once I have achieved both of these random, so Death Earth, Nature Earth. Then I'll consider switching over. Really, actually, if I get one Earth random, I'll probably switch over to this to try and fish for a Water random. If I have the gold, I'll recruit a Black Dryad because their research ability is, by default is 9. These guys are 7. I've got Magic 3. Uh, another 3 research points a turn when I'm gunning for this research objective. I'm going to count that as a win. So the challenge here is I've taken a low Dominion. I have 5 Dominion, which means I can get up to 4 Black Centaurs per turn with my Researcher. Starting the game, I can only get 3. I took Death Scales, so I will need to outrun my scales, and I won't be getting free spawn. I'm going to be using this guy to reanimate right off the bat. This guy is going to profit and then lead my expansion party, and my expansion party is just going to be the Satyrs. Actually, I might throw in my Sacreds. We'll see. That's turn 1. Let's check out turn 2. Corona Rex. Everyone and their brother made a profit this turn. So this guy's going to continue reanimating. This guy's going to move with the Satyrs and try and take this next province. Now, the key part of my strategy is to get Mother Oak, so I took Nature 5, which means my Smite is Word of Thorns, which kind of sucks. But we're still going to try and use it. I'm going to put on Advance and cast spells. This formation here, this guy, this group, the idea is here that I have 2 castings of Sermon of Courage. Sermon of Courage is Holy 2, so we get a total area effect of 15 off this. and we'll hopefully get each of these guys boosted their morale. And yeah, just researching. Got a death Hierophant. Hierophantide? What are these things called? Hierophant. Hierophantide is female. Okay. So research, just ticking along, 96 per month. Let's check out turn 3. Okay. So, Sermon of Courage hits this group. So the morale should be divine spells. So it's +1 morale, and then the next one should hit this group. I've positioned the javelins in front, so this doesn't hit everyone. So javelins are in front, which means that I'm going to get the javelins that should throw twice, and then all of the satyrs should now attack. Here's Word of Thorns sucking. Profuse bleeding, great, but it just disables my 1 unit, whereas a lot of the better smites would just kill things. So I'm trying to make my satyr groups collide at the same time, so I did lose 3 of my satyrs with javelins there, which is not the end of the world. I have 2 turns of recruitment here. So a total of 5 of my Black Centaur, which sucks. So I'm going to group them up to take out these Atavi. These guys are going to bless and then attack. This guy's on advance to cast spells. The Hierophants are here. These guys are on guard commander to protect this guy. Maybe he'll cast quick roots. We'll see. Let's check out turn 4. So this structure here is unaltered, even though technically I probably should have tweaked it a little bit. There's more HP back here, so this guy's always going to target it. So there's my 2 Sermons of Courage. Now this guy's going to attack. We're going to get our 2 volleys off. And then, now that the javelins are spent, they'll come in and join the Satyr Sneaks here. And the Black Centaurs are going to come and just wreck face. We'll speed things up as the Black Centaurs just cut through things. Beautiful. Let's see how much I lost. Lost another 2 Satyrs and 2 Satyr Sneaks. So 2 Javelins and 2 without Javelins. Black Centaurs do lots of damage. Carrion Centaur actually did a fair bit of damage. Word of Thorns sucks as a smite. This guy not getting any kills. So what am I doing from here? The Prophet is going to continue expanding with his group of units. Going to take out this next easy province. This guy is going to move back. I'm going to cast another Carrion Centaur. Remember, we're trying to max research here. So this guy's going to go home and take out another party with him. He's taking the undead units back with him to use in this next force. I should have another force of Sacreds here. And then the other weird thing I'm doing here is I have luck 3, so I'm not so worried about things like villains and knights. So I'm just putting 1 province defense in each of my provinces, and I'm leaving behind 1 unit. The events I'm looking to avoid are like the province loss events, and 1 unit is helpful for avoiding those. So yeah, turn 4, let's jump to turn 5. Oh yeah, huge break. Getting the Grieving Dryad. This is a Worthy Heroes hero. She gives me another 28 research per turn, which basically moved my timing for uh, Mother Oak from turn 12 to turn 11. She's going to be useful later because she's going to be able to boost to death 6, get a lot of my death magic out. She can sight search really effectively. I'm going to be keeping her in the back. She might look dead, but she's not. So she's going to get Twiceborn. And if she does eventually die in Twiceborn form, that would actually be really good for me. She'd be great to have in Twiceborn, because right now she can't awaken mannequins. And if she was dead, she would be able to. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I didn't have the gold to buy PD this turn, so I left, but I'm still leaving behind my 1 unit. So this expansion, I think I'm still doing Sermon of Courage times 2, and then these guys are going to charge in. So these guys get their boost. These guys get a morale boost. Then I'm going to do Divine Blessing. So Divine Blessing hits the whole battlefield, so I don't have to worry about these guys not being in position. So they're getting Sermon of Courage plus the Blessing morale. So nice and high morale. It's going to help a lot with any potential repel problems. You see that they are still getting hit. This guy lost 10 HP. That would have been 20 potentially without the invulnerability, because the protection versus mundane attacks here is 10. But they would still live. And they've got recuperation, so the nice thing is, like, even taking these hits, all of these units are still going to recuperate. So yeah, I see Vanarus. I talked to Vanarus in Discord. I was like, hey, what about this province? I know it's shit. Maybe he doesn't. He's like, yeah, I'm not going there. So I grab it. I see this, militias and light cavalry. I'm like, okay, I can probably do that. It's a little greedy. Going to take my 5 units here, leaving this guy behind. And I go for it. And in hindsight, we'll check out next turn. Next turn is turn 6. That might not have been a good idea. So I have another reanimator here. This guy's back to researching. I can use this guy to lead my next expansion party without having to sacrifice my researchers. Okay. Oh, also last turn I came into some air gems, so I messaged some folks about that, and they were like, "Eh, we don't really need air gems yet." Except Nazca ended up buying them off me for some death gems, which is cool. I'm gonna have to follow up with him about that because he's never sent them to me. Let's check this out. So we're fighting in darkness. So our guys, because I was greedy, let's watch our bless go off here. Attack skill 9. Attack skill 11, so we get +2 attack skill. And that's because we have dark vision 50 from low light vision. If we had spirit sight, we would have no penalties here. Thankfully, we're fighting these caveman idiots who also only have low light vision, so their attack skill and defense skill sucks. So our units are going to slaughter them. We have lots of attacks per square, so we get decent repels. So we still lose another 5 units, and unfortunately, because we're in a cave, we can't hop to our next objective easily. So we're going out here, and then we'll be able to go here, or here, or here next turn. Because this happened in this location. Now, the scattering point from last turn said light cav. It did not say anything about heavy cav, and there are 2 heavy cav units on this province. I didn't deploy for heavy cav. I didn't plan on having to deal with heavy cav, and they're going to cause me problems. So the mannequins die on first hit. Um, these guys, I really don't want my mannequins here. Thankfully, they're going to kill this square first. Unfortunately, I had these other units here on attack rear, which normally wouldn't be so much a problem because I thought my mannequins were going to be fighting militia. But the heavy cav easily kill my mannequins, leaving my one commander behind, which would normally have been protected with other mannequins. And now I'm down my commander, and all I've got is my black centaurs and my Sagittarian carcass here. Now, my units have routed, but what's going to happen here is my two units left are going to go berserk. One of them does end up dying, but thankfully my one berserk dude holds on with 6 HP to take the province. So I end up with a very costly province here. I lose 2 of my sacreds, which absolutely sucks. I lose my Sagittarian carcass on a retreat, and I lose my commander. So this is absolutely devastating because heavy cavalry ended up killing 8 of my units, and probably actually more than that. Like these militia probably stole some kills that the heavy cav otherwise would have gotten. So a devilish scouting report causes a disaster. So I leave my 1 PD, I'm down a commander. I'm going to use this Black Harpy as a commander. He has 10 leadership. He's going to come in here. I'm recruiting my scouts when I have the gold. My Black Harpies are 25 gold a pop. And I'm going to see what Van Roos does next turn on this province, and I start an expansion party down here. So this is militias, heavy archers, and heavy infantry. And last turn I have prepped. It's turn 7 here. So turn 7, I get to see what Van Roos is up to. He's using his prophet here to cast Sermon of Courage, exactly like how I'm using mine, even though his units are much better. This prophet, a prophet is guaranteed to be auto-blessed. So we got Undying 12, which means he's got Death 6 on his Pretender. Let's actually think about this. Death 6 on Van Roos. Death 6. So we create a Pretender on Van Roos. I've never actually played Van Roos. I don't know much about them. So if he's taking Death 6, the other thing is he is taking regen for sure. You don't take Undying 6 and not take regen. So I would guess Titan. Man, he doesn't have a lot of selections here. Oof. What did you take this on, my friend? Why would you take Death 6? Like, I could see him doing the Allfather. Tossing this guy on imprisoned. Giving yourself Death 6. Not using these paths for real? And taking regen? Maybe he didn't take regen. Maybe he didn't take regen. What does this look like scales-wise? It's imprisoned. He took growth. He might have trashed this. I just don't see it. I don't see it. A Demi-Lich? Could he have taken like a Dom 2 Pretender? Like why would he do this? Would he take Dom 1? No. This selection is just so limited. It's got to be like Irmisol, Idle Sorcery, and then you just, like, why not take... Oh my goodness, I have no idea. We're gonna have to keep an eye on this guy. Undying 6 and no regen? No, he has to have regen. Maybe it's dormant? Maybe he took it on just a Dom 1 pretender? Um, yeah, you can see luck scales are already generating us some income. Let's have a look at this expansion. So, one of the interesting mannequins I got this turn was Carrion Beast. 95 hit points, actually has some protection. Size 6 Trampler with Fear. So we're going to bless these guys, so they'll be coming in. I've got 2 blessings. The reason for 2 blessings is I'm worried about which units are going to get targeted. I'm very paranoid about not getting my blessing off. And then the last thing is Quick Roots, which gives these guys Swiftness 50. Now Swiftness 50 puts my combat speed up to 18. So like 2 times what a human unit goes at, and allows this guy to just trample. With 96 HP, he doesn't care about banishment. He's going to be targeted by banishment, but he's not going to care. And he is going to trample, trample, trample. What that looks like is 10 kills. He's classified as a carrion beast, so he gets his 10 kills there. So Jaren Carcass picked up kills, my Black Centaurs pick up kills, great. But these guys are getting 4, this guy got 3, this guy got 10. Carrion Centaur actually killed a few himself. So we're doing the usual trick, leaving a unit behind, 1 PD, continue on with the expansion. Going to move this, try and recover this Black Centaur and see if I can greedily take the Barbarians out here. This is an ambitious take. Hopefully it'll work. We got to see Vanarus. We now know he's here. Strongly suspect he's going to go there. I don't want to bump with Vanarus because right now I'm on good terms with him. So let's just keep him happy. My intention is to take 2 from my cap and own it. So that's out here. 2 from my cap. This is also 2 from my cap. That'd be nice. So is this. That would be nice. My intention is to hold out at that kind of range. Once I establish that, that'll be my initial expansion, and I can worry about wars later. I think I'm going to reach that goal around the same time that I cast Mother Oak. Not to say I'll have it all by turn 11, but hopefully. Anyway, that's been my initial expansion. Next episode, I'll have the remainder of my first year. Thanks for watching.